Great afternoon, great evening, great morning, wherever you're at in the world. Tonight's guest, the Goddess Bolly 811. She hails from Houston, Texas. Am I correct?
Yep, Houston.
So what's your name? What's your claim?
Oh, well, hey y'all, hey. My name is Myra, BKA, better known as Bali 811 in these internet streets. I'm an entrepreneur and a coach that believes that you should be living your dream life like right now, not in some ambiguous ass time in the future, but right now. So I use my platform, Bali811.com, and AKA every time I open up my mouth to show you guys how to get your big dreams out of your head and down on paper by the way of goals, and show you how to slay those goals so your dreams can become your reality. And hey, that's my little
Yes,
spiel.
Lord. All right, all right. So how did you get in this industry? What motivates you to get in this industry? And tell me a little about your background.
Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out how much you want to know. So I'm from
Spill it all.
okay. Well, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Um,
Detroit.
hey, so I'm a little girl from Detroit. I moved to Florida my last year of high school, and I uh finished
FLA.
out my high school in Bradenton, Florida. Then moved to Miami. Got my associates and my bachelor's degree there, and then moved here and got my master's degree. And in between there, starting different businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so
Yeah.
yeah. So my as for coaching, specifically, I got into coaching because I was giving people advice, the stuff that I learned along the way. I just was like, it took me, countless hours of sleepless nights to get it. So when I had started having people around me who wanted to start a YouTube channel, start freelance writing, or just anything, I would be like, well, here's the tea that I took the hard road to learn, and that's how I got into
Okay.
coaching.
Okay. So what was your experience moving from Detroit to Florida? How did that situation come about?
Whoo, that was a big old culture shock. So I guess you will have the exclusive tea, because I don't think I've said this on anybody else's platform. But I actually dropped out of high school at 16.
Mm.
Um I wasn't always the greatest kid in
Ah,
school. So I dropped out, and because I didn't really feel smart enough. Like Detroit school system was failing, so all of the schools that I was going to were closing down.
damn.
And it's like, if I can't go to the school down the street, like walking distance from me, what makes you think I'm gonna be able to go to school in a whole nother district? And I didn't feel like the teachers cared about me, so like, I dropped out, and my uncle gave me the opportunity to move to Florida. And yep, I took it. I was like Mickey Mouse, palm trees. Yes, yes,
The
sir.
weather.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I tell
Looking
people Florida is the place to be.
It is. Oh my goodness. I love it. I miss it so much. But yeah, it was definitely a culture shock, and it kind of fueled my love for traveling, because I mean, being in the predominantly black area in Detroit, like, you think a certain type of way, then you to go to Bradenton, Florida, where it's predominantly white, and like the culture difference is so big. And then going to Miami, where Miami is a whole nother country, like like so.
So I know, like, from what I've been seeing, like the resources in the black community just been taken out, and when you go somewhere where the resources are available, it is a culture shock. So
Yeah, it definitely is.
yeah, I know with the auto industry closing down in the Detroit and the factories and stuff, the
Mhm.
homes there, there's a lot of vacant homes. I mean, it's a boom if you're trying to do real estate because you can
Yeah,
get them dirt
yeah.
cheap.
Yeah,
So
when I was living there, people were getting houses for like $100. Granted, they were bendos, they were broken down, like, but I mean, you know, as cheap as $100. I know people who seen the value in Michigan and has tripled their money back when, you know, houses, when everybody was scared to go to Detroit. Now they're in people have come into Michigan, Detroit specifically, and they are gentrifying. So the property values are going up now. But you can still, you know, find some decent houses at decent prices.
They're not making more land, so
yeah. However, there's a lot of, because people were doing some of the like houses were getting burnt down. There were a lot of like abandoned houses, so there's land available there. But I mean, if you're willing to build houses upon land, because that's still
knock
available.
them down and rebuild. And I think that's one of the things that I can find in Detroit. Like, if we come together and start buying up these properties, you know, and rebuilding the neighborhood, I mean, it'll move in our way. And I think they knew what they was doing when they took out the auto industry from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Now, moving from Detroit, what was your experience being in Florida?
I'm like, new state, new me. But I mean, I got the opportunity to recreate myself. So
you was like a phoenix, huh?
I
said you was like a phoenix, huh?
Yeah. I was like, when I got to Bradenton or the Sarasota area, I was like, yeah, nobody's ever gonna make me feel stupid again. So like, I dove head first into learning everything I could, and like the area that we were in, while could be racist, the people that I like specifically that I hung out with, I didn't feel that level of racism. I actually felt nurtured and loved and supported for the first time. So like, I got a glimpse that the world ain't just gritty and ain't just like doggy dog.
Yeah.
And you know, Miami, going from Sarasota to Miami, because that's another culture shock, because you know, Central Florida is where people go to retire.
Yeah.
Southern Florida is where people go to party. And yeah, so
you don't know Nan.
Been the places I've been.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't know. I just really enjoy traveling. I really enjoy seeing the difference between cultures and understanding, because that move from Detroit to Sarasota helped me understand that I can be whoever I want to be in this world. I can adopt. You know, there are things in Detroit that Detroit Myra learned that were so valuable, and I was able to utilize them in Florida, but in a different way. So yeah.
So as a goddess, you became I am. So that way, you know, you've been told you had to look outside of yourself for the answers, but all the answers are within you, because you are the amalgamation of God. So now when you set out and say, I'm gonna reinvent myself, I'm gonna do XYZ so I'll never feel this way again. I mean, you took it upon yourself to do that, and I commend you, Goddess, for stepping into your goddesshood.
Thank you. Because I'm like, it ain't easy. So anybody out here watching, it ain't easy, but it's worth it for sure. For sure. Like the recreation, no matter where you are in this world, like you can take those ashes that you're in right now and become something bigger, better, and greater. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. You might gotta work a little bit harder than everybody else, but are you not worth it? Are you not deserving of it? I think you are.
So yeah, I mean, I look at it as the entity I set up as grindaholic, like I'm looking at it from a standpoint where you're grinding to become the God God mode. Because they didn't told you so many times, like, you can't do it. How you gonna do that? I never seen it before, so how you gonna do it? So stepping into that grind and say, hey, I'm a pull myself into the God or the goddess I'm supposed to be. That I look at it like, man, you have to dream big to become that person. You know what I'm saying? So the person I want to be is 10 years from now. So I'm grinding to that level. So once I get to that level, I'm grinding for that next
10 years.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at. And also just looking at it from the melanated side, like, what's the highest rank in karate? What belt is it?
Black belt. Like black belt.
Yeah, so you got to think the highest level, you being melanated, and a lot of people not looking at it from a standpoint of starting off from a white belt to a black belt. You get me? So the highest level, you already at the highest level. Now it's just learning the process of coming into your own and figuring this life out. You only got one life to live. I say just go after it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything that you want, go after it. Like, why not? Why not? You ain't gonna be able to redo none of this. I mean, that's what I subscribe to.
Yeah.
Using your like black belt analogy, it moving from Detroit and moving to Florida, that's exactly what I thought. Like, I thought like the ultimate goal was to be anti-black or to whitewash myself. So I worked my hardest to, like, be prim, proper, like, and it did get me into places, but I would hear things like I would be the only black person in the room. And I would hear them, like, the first thing they say to me is
you speak
like
so
something something in black dialect.
So well.
Yeah. They would use what I call the sister girl dialect. So they'll come, like, Hispanic people, white people would come to me and be like, popping their fake gum and using their hands and their head and, like, speaking in short tongue,
because they want to be
what they think a black person is supposed to sound like. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, why are you so weird? Like, what is that? Like, that's not how I talk. And moving away from that, like, because they were very much, oh, you don't speak like them, you're different, going to a predominantly white school, college. We get one or two black philosophers that we get to talk about, and we debate about them, and they'll talk about black people, but then they look over and I'm the black person in the room, and it's like, no, not you, because you're different, because you decided to make something and do something with your life. And I'm like, hold up, hold my earrings, because, like, let me let you know I'm the same person. Like, just because I'm here, it's not because I'm lucky. Like, they're like,
you work hard.
Like, I am that exact person that you are telling everybody else, oh, they're lazy. Like, I came from that same exact background, and there are many people that are trying to get into school, trying to start businesses, but they have people like you gatekeeping and making it hard for people.
Yeah.
So just because you got it easy and you were ushered into the door, and I had to fight to get in the door,
get through that little crack.
We're still here, and that don't make my people lazy. My people ain't lazy. They work hella hard. I guarantee you, I worked probably 10 times harder to get in the same position. If you step into my shoes, you wouldn't know what to do.
Exactly.
So,
Lot of them will jump out the window. They, how am I manage through this?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, ooh, another hurdle. Okay, I get to be black and a woman today. Lucky me, like
Yeah.
And then I feel like the more education I got, and the further I got in life, I realized how counter active that was to like that's self-hating to feel like I should whitewash myself in order to seem smart, in order to seem qualified.
Mm-hmm.
Now I wish a motherfucker would. Okay, I'm going like I talk with my without my e's and my r's. I say what I want to say because fuck you. Like fuck you. Like why should I whitewash myself in order to seem smart? No, I'm quite intelligent. I know what the hell I'm talking about. And my ponytail don't make me stupid. The lack of my E's and R's don't make me stupid. It just means that I speak another language. So can you speak English and Ebonics? Because I can.
Now, when you say fuck you, what was your fuck your couch moment?
So what does that
What
mean?
made you say fuck this? I'm gonna be me.
Woo.
I mean, because you lingered around it. You know what I'm saying? From trying to whitewash yourself and trying to fit into their system.
I mean, I feel like I had fuck your couch moments every day, to be honest, because I feel like everybody wants me specifically to fit inside of a box that they created for myself. So I'm always like having to say like fuck you, like fuck, like if this is my life, I get to live it. So I guess getting into those rooms and feeling like I'll be able to make change if I just straighten my hair and get into the room, and then hearing how much, or feeling and seeing how much they oppress me in the room. They're like, okay, well, I let you in the room because you helped me meet the quota so that I don't look a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, so even though I have these credentials, I'm still not smart enough for you. I'm still not qualified enough for you. Like, I still got to do something else. And it was like, you know what? Like that, I'm never going to be happy if I keep trying to change myself in order to make somebody else happy. So now, and I mean, I pretty much have been like that for different things, but specifically, I just wake up if I'm not happy with me, if when I lay down, when all the lights are cut off, all the TVs are cut off, and I'm by myself, like I'm not gonna be able to be. I'm not gonna be happy. So I gotta. Well, I was just gonna repeat what the hell I said. I gotta be happy with me, and if I'm happy with me, I really don't care, because you ain't got no door to open or close for me, and if you do, there's more than one way to get into that door.
And I just feel like for black folks, we have to what they say, beta switch or something. I forgot.
Code switching.
Huh?
Code switching.
Yeah. So yeah, code switch. So when you're around certain folks, you gotta dance and then try to fit inside their society. And then when you're around your people, it's like a relief. So I'm looking at it like we have dual personality syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a lot of people have dual personality syndrome because they have to code switch in order to, make their bread.
Yeah.
And you wonder why a lot of people are breaking down in our society. Like a young brother, I know a couple of people who had heart attacks, and they're not even 40. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm looking at it from the standpoint, and we talked about it on our show, Robin Rico show, like 50 is the new 100 for black men. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your midlife crisis if you make it to 25 or 19 to 25. That's your midlife crisis.
That's crazy. Like growing up where I grew up, like it's crazy to say, and I feel bad for saying it now, but whatever. Can't fault myself for being young, but I didn't think I was gonna make it past 25. I didn't. I didn't.
Exactly.
At
Yeah.
first, my first thing was like, just let me make it to 16, because I didn't think I was gonna make it to 16. When I made it to 16, I was like, okay, well, if I make it to 21, then I'm one step closer. Then when I made it to 25, like I was just like, okay, well, I've done what a lot of people that I grew up around wasn't able to do. Like maybe I'm good. Like maybe I'm gonna be here. Like I
Yeah.
might be able to get old.
Yeah. And that's crazy because I just sat down and I'm like, dang, are we having a midlife crisis at 25, 19, 20, 25, 21, 22? You know what I'm saying? Like we have a midlife crisis then because we're trying to navigate through this turbulent society because they put us in this box. You know what I'm saying? They took out the resources and say fend for yourself. That's why we have projects. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have ghettos. And these are not black words. These are experiments done from our oppressor. And to be that rose from the concrete is amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's sexy to say entrepreneurship. Before it wasn't as sexy, but now it's sexy. Oh, you got your business? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And and I met you through what? DG group, right?
Yeah.
And so like-minded people, it was a vibe. Like we came together and said, oh, okay, intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a book inside them. Everybody
Yeah.
has something they can do. You know what I'm saying? And intellectual property is damn near free, and all you got to do is market it and put it out there in the universe, and it'll come back to you.
I'm a strong believer that everybody should write a book. Everybody should write a book because this is when I was going through whatever I was going through, any hard time I was going through. I was like, there's got to be a bigger reason that I'm going through this, not because I'm a bad person, because I really worked very hard to be a good person. So there has to be something else, and what I decided to settle on is that my life is bigger than me. I'm not here just for me. I'm here for whoever else life I touch. So yes, I do get to live my life and live my life to the fullest, but I also get to equip the world with whatever gifts that I was able to acquire while I was here. And that's what I think about when I think about people writing books. Like it's not like your life is not just about you, it's bigger than you. So when you write that book, you're passing on that knowledge so that whoever read it, like if they ever come up to a challenge that you've been through, they can be like, oh yeah, grinded it this way, let me try it this way.
Yeah. Now how do you invest in yourself? I mean, you did the education, you did their education. What education are you getting for yourself from the universe?
Well, I mean, my favorite thing now is learning. Like, I mean, like people will be like, what's your favorite pastime? Like learning is really my favorite pastime. So I'm always like on YouTube. I'm always on Google. I'm always sitting in somebody's like Instagram live that, somebody I look up to. Reading, yeah, I'm always acquiring knowledge. So much so that there's a term that I as of like 2020, yeah, I think it was like 2020 that I was like introduced to it. It's analysis paralysis. Where you do more research than you do more working, and like now I'm like, like I gotta apply the knowledge because
application. That's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So definitely, like I'm super grateful that I invested in DG's courses and stuff. I also am grateful that like there's this lady, her name is King Ashley Ann, another Black woman in business. I mean, knowledge is beyond what I could, I'm super grateful that I was introduced to her. There's who else? Lisa Nichols, she's on the coaching side. really has shaped who I am as a coach and who I am and how I navigate the world, because like she plays life on a level of like everything is possible, like really everything. Like you want to walk on the moon, like everything is possible. So yeah, Lisa Nichols is another good person. And then, you know, the typical like The Alchemist book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm like, if my other phone was charged, I'll go down a list of different books. The Four Agreements, 7 Laws of Success. I mean, believe me, I can go on and on.
Okay. Matter of fact, just to do a couple of plugs. The Butterfly Bully, she's having a book. She has a what is it called? I can't even think. A book review, and she's doing The Alchemist, and that's Sunday at 4:00.
Okay.
So if you tap into Rhonda Wrights Official
on Instagram,
yeah.
Is that where she's doing
Butterfly
it?
Bully. Butterfly Bully.
Is it on her Instagram page?
Yeah, it should be on our Instagram page.
Okay.
And you can sign up and tap in and give your insight for the
book.
Look,
I mean, while we like shamelessly plugging her, if you are ready to write a book, I mean, they don't call her the Butterfly Bully for no reason. I mean, if you ready to write a book and you need a coach, go ahead. Just go ahead, slip into her DMs and be like, "What's up, sis?
Yeah.
What's up, Queen? What's up, Goddess? Let me."
Yeah. So yeah, when you say Alchemist, she's doing The Alchemist. That's the first book for the book club, the Butterfly Bully Book Club.
I love that.
Yeah. So
let me.
I think Trash Vegan gave her that nickname.
Oh, I can see that. I thought that was so cute that y'all were calling her that. And then when I seen the logo drop, I was like, oh shoot, wait, that's an actual thing?
Yeah. I mean, the team is righteous, you know what I'm saying? You got Trash Vegan, you got Curtis G. Martin, you got Brian Scott, and he's the You're a Bitcoin Bully. You should see his logo.
Scott Tees.
Yeah.
I really appreciate. I was telling Trash because Trash really like connected us for this podcast, and like I really appreciate people who help people just to help people. And like Scott, he would come into the room and just spit knowledge. And then he was like, okay, well, you know, anybody else want to know anything? And if they didn't, he like, okay, true, like cool. Like, you know, him talking about the way, like him cutting hair and just like the way, like he just wants somebody in his chair so he can give them knowledge in order to hopefully if they take it, make them money. Like I love that people do that. Like Rhonda, always like plugging and showing love and marketing for other people. Like that's the type of team that you need. That's the type of people that you need around you. So I mean, if anybody's watching, or for the people that are watching, I need you, like when you're building your team, look for people that want to see you win just to see you win, not want to see you win because if you win, they eat good.
Yeah. I mean, and that's why, like, like-minded, like that energy, that vibe, it'll you'll get with the people, like God and the universe, goddesses, whatever. It just push you to the people you need to be around. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the energy is always positive. You know what I'm saying? And and accountability. You know what I'm saying, with one another. And I think that we nurture one another, or whoever we come in contact with. Like I work with a host of clients, you know, I'm building out their websites and doing logos and stuff. And so it's like, I want to see you win. Because if you win, in my heart, I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? it may not be monetary, but I feel like I help this person. And I think more people you help in life and push
Yeah.
them to be that God they need to be or that goddess they need to be. That's the only thing I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
And
law of karma.
yeah,
What goes around comes around. When you invest and when you invest just in general, you're gonna see a return. But if you invest in good ground, and that's what I had to learn the hard way, not just be, throwing your seeds out there because seeds are, limited.
mm-hmm,
But when you invest in good ground, it's you. There's no way that you won't see a return on your investment. There is no way.
yeah.
So
And I got another shameless plug. I had a T-shirt line that I produced when I was in high school,
oh,
and it's
didn't
been
know that.
off and on. And it's called After Image Genius.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's the seed. You plant your seed to success.
Uh-huh.
And the logo is a C with
Mm-hmm.
a pickaxe and a shovel. It's
Oh.
like in the shape of skull and crossbones. You know that when you see
Oh.
the skull and crossbones, it means death or
Mm-hmm.
poison.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to flip it and say the seed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I'm relaunching that hopefully next month
Oh,
or in
nice.
June. So
Okay.
basically, I want people and after image genius meaning like after you work hard for something,
Mm-hmm.
it's the fruits of your labor that blossoms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's real cool. Like I when I did it in high school, um, this guy he silk screened it for free, and
Oh.
we in high school we felt real good because I think like Fubu and all the little black designers
Mm-hmm.
came out, and we felt good because we felt like we were part of that, you
Yeah.
know, ecosystem. Like, yeah, we got our t-shirts, blah 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah. You know. And then
That's really good.
I mean, it's a good feeling. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're in high school, man. So I'm proud to plug
You
that
were an
in.
entrepreneur before entrepreneur was a
Yeah,
cool term.
yeah, right. Because it was like I always and here's was one of the main things. Like my coach, um, he's I was going for the varsity team, and he pulled me aside. He was like, "Yeah, you're athletic and everything, but I don't see sports as your overall thing. I
Gotcha.
look at you as a business person."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like,
Yeah.
hmm. So it always stuck with me, and I'm like, yeah, I always felt like we don't have enough of black businesses and stuff. And I don't want to just be like another t-shirt line. I want to be able to have factories that produce this stuff because we don't
Mm-hmm.
own no factories. We don't. Uh, Dr. John Henry Clark, he talked about it. He said we don't even produce our own draws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
most of the stuff we're doing, we're just relabeling their stuff.
Yeah. And if I've learned anything from being a part of DG's community is like, yeah, like it seems cheaper to white label or repurpose somebody else's content, somebody else's ideas. But when you are like you own the process, every step of the process, you make more money. It's more money. Yes, it's more initial investment, but once the investment is made, it's not like you don't have to constantly be re up like trying to re up by using their products.
Mm-hmm.
Um like for example with Rhonda, like her like she's teaching you how to write, but also teaching you how to start your own publishing company. Once the publishing company is up, now if you got friends that are writers, no, don't go through this publishing company. Go through me.
Mm-hmm.
I can save you money, but also like if you eat, I eat.
Exactly. And I think if we're real genuine to say come to my business, you know what I'm saying? rather than go to them. Let's eat off of one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we're not doing. We're starting to get in that habit.
Yeah.
And like Nipsey Hussle and some of our other Black entrepreneurs, we starting to see the true value. You know, we dictate culture across the world. Point
Honestly,
blank.
it is.
We dictate culture. Like you can go overseas and everybody is biting our style, our likeness, our from hip hop all the way down to science. If you look in the past 150 years and you look at all the stuff that we created, you'd be like, dang, but they don't teach that in school.
No, they give, and they give you a month, maybe a month, depending on if you are at a school that's like a mix of Black and white, or is diverse is the correct PC term for it. You might get a month, but in real life, like you get a week of education on Black people, and it's always like Black leaders, and it's always the same ones. And I don't know, this year I just am really skeptical as to why, because I've learned that what is in media has been chosen to be in the media. You know, we have always thought of the media as a free thinking, free free and free forming entity, but no, like the top 1%, top 3%, top 10%, they own those media companies. So what is in the media is what they allow to be in the media. And so why are we learning about the same specific group of Black people during, like, why do they let us learn about them and not let us learn about all of the other prolific thought leaders, Black thought leaders? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it. This is their system. why would they like? What was it? Mitch McConnell? He said, "Yeah, we gave you reparations through Obama," and you're like, "Huh?" He said that.
What,
Like,
by letting him
be president
live in that 8 years?
Yeah.
What? Like,
and we know he didn't do shit for us. You know, he was a good figurehead for what should I say? He tiered to white wealth. He you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He produced more white wealth than for Black people.
Yeah, but if he was doing that, like okay, so a part of me wants to be hard on him, and the other part of me is like, in reality, like what can you really do? Like what can you really do? You are a walking target, and just because like this man wore a suit, they were going crazy. Now imagine if he was actually doing some stuff for Black people, like
Yeah.
like that, he would have been gone. He would have been gone. So it's like
Hey, but Bolly,
could he have done more for sure? But
hey,
could he have done what Trump did? Hell no.
Yeah, like for me, I just felt like he was a chameleon because he didn't come from a descendant of slavery, nor did he, was he born into what should I say? His ancestors didn't come from here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't see that overall plight that we went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an 80s baby, so I seen the crack epidemic and how it affected our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Our communities. You know what I'm saying? And I seen what they built behind it, the mass incarceration prison system. you saw, from Detroit, what it looks like when the resources are gone. Because I know Detroit was Motown City. You know what I'm saying? And when they took, when they purposely cut off our resources, it put us in, and then they start, because they control the media, it's black on black crime. We are our own enemies. We blah 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 blah. But they have just as much murder and all kinds of heinous stuff.
Exactly.
In their community.
It's no such thing as white on white crime. However, the number one, there's high black on black crime. There's high white on white crime. It's not minority crime against white people that's high. The people that's killing you is your people. It's your people too. But
because it's in the proximity of one another.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's in the proximity. Like if I see this nigga shining, I gotta get him. Because I'm struggling and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So the media always always projects on us. Like I say, what's the highest level in karate, taekwondo, any martial arts? It's black belt. So they know if they can repurpose our brain, switch out the hard drive, and put their operating system in, we're not gonna be as productive as we should. Because I look at it, if we were, we'll be producing pyramids again. You know what I'm saying? They still don't know how we built those pyramids, but it's over 100 pyramids over there in the Nile Valley. It's pyramids over here in America.
I think about like how like we were black people, black Americans were kidnapped, brought to a new land where they didn't know any resources or not supposed to know any resource or any like of what happens in that land. We were able to build the land and get free and work our way up and to get into college and starting businesses and building out communities. Hold up, London. Can you tell your mom that I'm on the podcast? Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like while constantly having like hurdles being thrown at us. Yeah. So I was like, if we didn't have those hurdles, like imagine what we could do. Like if we didn't have people purposely saying like, oh my God, like like what can I do to tear down this community? Like I just can only imagine how much further we would be in life.
Yeah. And this is not even conspiracy theory. I mean, it's documented with the FBI that they purposely did this to our communities. Yeah. So I mean, the only thing we ever wanted, and I'm looking at it from a standpoint like the only thing we wanted was to be left alone so we can build. You know what I'm saying? Not being tortured, not being, persecuted, not being lied on, or, we saw the uptick in black women being kidnapped and put in, sex rings or organ harvesting, all kinds of stuff. We're not asking, that's not our wheelhouse. Our wheelhouse is love. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, again, I bring it back to the group I'm with, you know what I'm saying? Who I vibe with. It's like, we just want to see each other win. Despite, in spite of, whatever you're going through, in spite of, I want to see you win, genuinely. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, Trash said, hey, you need to check out my girl, Bolly. Who's Bolly? She was in the DJ group. Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not looking for like what I'm trying to do is just put everybody on. Like, if you got a business, if you got something going on that's fly, I want to have you on the show and let you talk about it. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't call it Grindaholic Network for nothing. I want this grind to go out throughout the world and say, hey, I'm grinding. This is what I'm doing. This is my black business. I'm a god. I'm a goddess. I believe in XYZ, and so we can build up. You ever heard of Jacques Fresco?
No.
He was a futurist, and he got this thing called the Venus Project. And I'm like, it's on some futuristic shit. But then I'm like, dang, then our ancestors was building something up like that.
But I can't tell you because I don't know about it. You said you said the Venus Project?
Yeah. It's out of Venus, Florida. I saw him on the if you ever watched a documentary called Zeitgeist, it's on YouTube. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's some fly shit. But then I was like, damn, my ancestors was on that shit already with the pyramids and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's the type of stuff they're trying to build with the futuristic project.
Well, I'm when you look at it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But
okay.
As far as like, dang, we was already doing fly shit. I'm just like, if it wasn't interrupted with all the bullshit, I think we'll already be there. You know what I'm saying? With flying ships and all kinds of stuff. We probably already had that stuff. It's just lost in translation. And they still can't figure out what we did.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you will be surprised. I don't. The stuff that makes it to the media is chosen to be in the media, and it's chosen to be in the media for a reason. And this is not even conspiracy. Like, I have literally taken classes on how to utilize colors and wording and pictures and just different like angles in order to influence the way that people think. Like this is an actual, like, it's an actual thing you can go to school to study and to learn and to be able to do. So when you're in the media, and if you're taking a media class, then like you are taught these things, the ways in which presidents don't point fingers like this. There's a reason why, and they've been taught not to do it. The ways in which their cadence, like, I mean, they do use their natural cadence, but it's because I'm like, we took a leadership course, or I took a leadership course in my degree, and like just the ways in which the words that they use and how they and how passionate and how zealous they are about the, like, it determines the way that we feel about them. So yeah, like, I mean, I trust the media as far as I can throw them, and as far as I can, I can't throw none of them actually, so I don't trust them.
What you think about the new black media, as far as like Tariq Nasheed, or and if you're not familiar with Tariq, he did the Hidden Color series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that documentary, but when I was in Boca, my little Black Student Union, they would talk about the Hidden Color series. I actually need to watch it.
Yeah. But, so he has the Hidden Color series, and then he did the what is called 1804, the Haitian Revolution. And what's the other one? He's putting out this new one called Butt Breaking.
Hello.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like choppy.
But yeah,
computer love is
love.
What we would say. I thought that was so cute the first time I heard it in the group. I was like, computer love.
Yep. Yeah. When I heard somebody,
it's still.
Oh, it's still doing it on your end. Well, it probably won't record like this,
Okay.
um, but like I said, he just put out one called Butt Breaking, so I'm waiting to see that one as well. But the Hidden Color series, and another person, Dane Calloway. Dane Calloway, he goes in hard on a lot of us wasn't in bondage through the slave trade.
Okay.
A lot of us was already here. We just been reclassified. So that's something to look at, that's coming to light. Because you always heard the term, "Oh, I got Indian in my family," right? If you look at history and look at how our people came, we circumvented the world. Like, you got classes of black folks all over the world. Like, you got black people that have blonde eyes and blonde hair and blue eyes. And they black as darkness itself. So we come from all spectrum. You got people that's what's that, Fiji? They always show Asian person, but if you look behind what's going on, it's a whole class of black folks that's there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're everywhere, and we circumventing the world if we are the first people. You know what I'm saying? For power, you have black folks in Australia. You ever heard of Sentinel Island?
No.
That's a generation of black folks that haven't been touched for over 40,000 years. And if you even try to set foot on that island, they'll kill you.
I wonder. Interesting.
Yeah, so if you have time, look that up. That's pretty cool. But yeah, it's really interesting how they teach us our own history.
Yeah. It's you control the
computer love.
Somebody was calling me.
Okay.
Is it back on?
Yeah, we good.
But yeah, you control the brain, you control everything. So it's just important to unlearn the stories that it's important for Black people to unlearn the stories that we've been told about ourselves and to seek out knowledge that's from a credible source that is they're not learning their history from they're not learning their history from us. They're learning their history from themselves. So how are you gonna let and it might not even look like going to your parents and grandparents. Boo.
Yeah, I go to some of the classes, like Dr. Ivan Sertima, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben Yochanan, and some Dr. Ashrar Kwesi. He goes hard.
I'm getting computer love over here.
I see.
Okay, it's back normal.
Okay, so I'm getting I got a wealth of knowledge from reading their books and looking at their documentaries and stuff like that.
The people that you name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like even Dr. Cress Wilson, and a lot of people don't even know who Dr. Cress Wilson is. I was like, I know y'all seen Baby Boy, right? Those first the first credits, when he was talking about being in a crib and all of that stuff, those were some of Dr. Quest Wilson's singings.
Interesting.
Yeah. So some of our, famous Black producers and directors, they give us tidbits of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's up for us to, run with the torch once knowledge was dropped. And a lot of, it don't come full circle. It comes full circle as you walk through life. You're like, oh, he put that in his movie. I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy.
Yeah. So I just think it's making sure that we are a little skeptical, a lot skeptical actually, of what's in the media and what's being popularized and what's being taught, because just because it's in the book doesn't mean that it's true.
Oh
Just
yeah.
because it's on the internet don't mean that it's true. Just because it's on uh TV doesn't mean that it's true. Like, so um I always say if my eye if the word and the action might line up, then it's gonna be true. Then
Mm-hmm.
I'll trust it a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
Now I know we talked about little politics and stuff like that. Um, uh, to be independent, what are the things you are accomplishing, and what are your wealth factors?
okay, so when you say accomplishing, like me,
Like as being an independent entrepreneur, what are the things that you're accomplishing? Um, and then what are your wealth factors? What is wealth to you?
okay, okay, so as an entrepreneur, my because are you asking me like what am I working on, or
Yeah,
okay, so I mean one of my life goals that I just recently rediscovered was to live a what if life, or a why not life. Like I wanted to be a YouTuber because why not? I wanted to own my own store because why not? Like it gives you, or it takes away from the desperate need of like, oh, I need money, so I gotta do this and this and this, and it makes it fun.
mm-hmm.
So, as an entrepreneur, I am trying to rediscover the because why not factor of entrepreneurship. I want entrepreneurship to be fun and not so serious and boring and stressful. So, um, for me, that's what I'm focusing on as an entrepreneur. More specific things I am working on. Well, I just launched a accessory store called the Bolly Shop.
The Bolly
Uh,
shop.
it Yes, and if you are looking for accessories, if you're the type of person that's like even on your like chill day you still turn heads, or if you are like trying to be low key but you like still a little extra, um, then the Bolly Shop is for you. It was curated for people who when you walk in the room, people be like, now where the fuck is she even going? Like, that's for girls like us. Or people like us, not even saying girls. Um, and as for my oh, look at that. And as for my coaching, the Mother of Millionaires, um, I it's one thing to want to be a millionaire. I know I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a billionaire. But for me, my goal is to help the people around me to be surrounded by millionaires. So my goal is to help as many women as I possibly can become millionaires. So I mean that's for my coaching business. That's my goal, is to help people make millions. Help people who grew up in the hood like me, who everything about their lives said that they were not going to be anything besides what their neighborhood dictated. I want to reach those people who see that there has to be something more out of life, and help them um oh, thank you. And help them become millionaires because they deserve it, because why not? Why don't you get to be a millionaire?
Mm-hmm.
So, and my wealth, so like fiscal wealth for me is being able to generational um pass down to other generations. So I mean, obviously money, obviously land and property, obviously stocks, um, obviously business. Um, yeah, so those are my wealth determiners. Is if am I financially free, and that's my overall like success goal is, am I happy and am I financially free? Or do I gotta ask somebody for permission to do something that I want to do? And when I don't have to do that, I'm successful. Well, I don't have to do that now actually, but you know.
All right. What's on your bucket list? And how
Business
fast are
bucket
you
or
and how fast are you attacking your bucket list?
Okay, are we talking business bucket list or life bucket list?
Bucket list in general. I mean, if you
Oh,
want to talk
okay.
about your business, or if you want to talk about, or we can do both.
Okay. So my business bucket list is, well, I want to start a podcast. That's one of the things. Actually, I want a talk show because
Okay.
why not? Because why not? So I am definitely in the near future. Actually, this year, I am working on launching a podcast.
All right.
Life bucket list. I love to travel.
Okay.
So, my goal is to be able to live in a new country whenever I want to live in a new country, and to be able to have my businesses set up so that they're running without me. So, no, those are my two, like, well, my business one is like something going to happen in the near future, and my uh other one, I mean, hopefully I get to set that up soon. Let my
All right.
businesses, I don't work for my businesses work for
Work for
me.
you. Yeah. Put them Benjamins, put them Washingtons and Jacksons, and uh uh put them to work for you rather than you work for it.
Yeah.
So now your future predictions for your company, your family, and yourself. What you got?
Is that future predictions?
Yeah.
Future predictions for myself. Well, my future predictions is to be able to, huh.
That's stumpy.
I'm like, I'm like, you might have, because my brain is all over the place, and I'm like, is that the so? Oh, you did stump me. Oh my god. Okay. So for my business, once again, my overall like prediction is to be able to have multiple businesses around the world, and to be able to make enough money to, there you go, make enough money to change generations. For me, like, when I, like, as a kid, I can remember myself like daydreaming and being like, all of these people in this neighborhood, they're so talented, they're so smart, um but their talents are directed towards, something that's hurting the community, that's hurting their families, that's hurting themselves. And if we could redirect, then um our like our communities will thrive, will flourish, generations will be changed. So for me, my business and life goal is to be able to shift generations. And I would say the same thing for my families. Like, I'm in business to be financially free, but also, like, I got my little cousin sitting right here listening to this podcast. And another, while I was getting ready, because they did my hair, my two little cousins, Lauren and London, did my hair. um
Yeah.
yeah, like, she was getting ready to take pictures, and I'm like, yeah, like, because she wants to be a brand ambassador for somebody else's business, and I'm like, well, like, you don't have to be a brand ambassador for somebody else's business. Like, say the word and we gonna start your business, like, so, like,
That's what it's
shifting
about.
generations shifting generations is all is the reason why I do all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Is to show people who that the media says is criminals and
Low
don't
lives.
can't do shit out, and lazy
Low
and
life scum
savages.
buckets.
Yeah, I want to show them. I want to show them that if they take those very skills in which companies exploit and use them for themselves, then the money comes. It just flows. It
It
just flows.
flows. Let it flow. Let it flow. But man, it's been a pleasure and an honor to have the Goddess Bolly 811. What's the 811?
My birthday.
That's what I thought it was. So
Yeah, I'm a Leo. I'm obsessed with myself.
woo, I'm a Cancer. Nah,
So
I'm a
I need to loving.
moon child.
What was I gonna say? Um I want to come on We Got Problems.
Oh
So
yeah?
I need if anybody's watching other podcast guests, I want to be on. somebody come invite me. I want to talk on your podcast.
Yeah, we'll be happy to have you on. We'll chop it up. Matter of fact, that comes on at 10 o'clock. We're doing a debut for Scott uh for his new book, his children's book.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, we grinding. Man, I've been
Stay
grinding,
grinding.
stay grinding. That's why the grind don't stop. Double entendre.
Look, we grinding into the grind. Creates a business that's grinding for us.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Gonna kick back with my son hat and just know I'm still making money.
Yeah, so we got a lot of things on the horizon. So I want everybody, stay grinding and continue to support us because we're gonna support y'all no matter what. We're trying to get our brethren and sisters to just be the God and goddess they supposed to be, and don't rely on outside religion to tell you that you're somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's already
Mm-hmm.
encoded in you, so you don't have to go outside of yourself, and it's in you. It's not on you.
It's in you.
It's in you. So
tap into that power.
Tap into that power, my friends. Other than that, you got anything? I'm gonna let you go ahead and end it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I already did my intro, so I'm going to do my normal outro. If nobody has told you today, your dreams are possible, your dreams are possible, your dreams are possible. You might gotta bust your butt to get it done, but are you not worth it? I love you guys. I am Bolly811 on all social media sites. You can check out the Mother of Millionaires if you're ready to get coaching and then you're ready to start making changes in your life. And you can check out the Bolly Shop if you're ready to slay. Love you guys.
And that concludes the broadcast. Y'all stay tuned at 10 o'clock tonight. We're gonna host Mr. Brian Scott, the Bitcoin bully. His new book for his children's book. So stay tuned. 10 o'clock tonight. We'll be broadcasting again on Grindaholic Network. Thank you. We're out.